Good morning, bonjour, comment allez-vous? I took some French in school, but it's not so great, so I will probably keep it to a minimum. Où est la piscine? Okay, I know. Je m'appelle Joe Sepi. I see a lot of familiar faces out there, but if you don't know me, I'm an open source engineer at a little company called IBM. And by little, I mean like super huge. And also, we do a lot of open source, which not a lot of people know, but I take the opportunity to mention any chance I get. In fact, some people say we do the most open source, but these are opinions. But I get the great opportunity to do lots of work in the community and in the foundation and in open source overall. And I'm currently the chairperson of the Cross-Project Council, as Robin mentioned. And it's been exciting since the announcement of the intent to merge last year at the last node.js Interactive. And we've been working tirelessly on bootstrapping the foundation and getting the Cross-Project Council, the CPC, up and running, and things started to get really exciting. And with that merger, we brought in collectively 30 some odd projects. I was looking last night trying to find like a page that had all of our projects in a nice grid. I couldn't find one. So I went to our Slack, and this is the best I could find, but it is not at all accurate, so don't quote me on that. That's not the gospel. But I will take this moment actually to mention openjsf.org/collaborate. You can get on our Slack channel, our Slack instance, and see our calendar and all sorts of ways to get more involved. And with that excitement, as we've been ramping things up, we've had lots of interest in the foundation. We now have one home for JavaScript-related projects in the community, under a foundation. And so the first project is, as Robin had mentioned earlier, we are super excited about NVM joining. And then AMP followed after that, and Fastify recently, which is really exciting. And then the huge announcement this morning, which is really super duper exciting, is Electron joining, right? So boom, right? We've got lots of progress, lots of excitement. Things are going well. La baguette. So how many projects do we want to scale up to? These things are exciting times, progress and growth. How big do we want to get? And it's an interesting question, one that I don't think we really have an answer for. And I think the main thing is to just figure out how to scale what we're doing in a thoughtful and considerate way that the ideas and the plans that we want to execute for our projects and for our community, that we can do them well and succeed there. But how many projects, right? So this is maybe not a fair comparison. This is a screen grab from the Apache Foundation. They have like over 300 projects, I think. But they've been around for a while, so maybe somebody who's a little bit newer. This is the Cloud Native Computing Foundation's project landscape. They have a lot of projects. I think we may need Big Int to figure out how many projects they have. So we don't, I don't know, that's not really in our future, at least the near future, but we are growing, and there's lots of interest, so perhaps you're involved in a project that is considering, the benefits that it may get from a foundation, and the benefits that it can bring to a foundation. So perhaps you're thinking about what makes a good fit for a foundation, whether ours or others. So the good news is that we do all of our work in the open, and we have lots of documentation online in our GitHub repo. It's GitHub/OpenJSF/Cross-Project Council. Anyway, you'll find it. But there's lots of stuff in there, including our new project application, which I've got some snippets from here. You can get a little bit of guidance about some things to be considering, like alignment with the foundation, impact, and governance and stuff. So let's maybe dig into a couple of those. So I suggest, if you're interested, to kind of read through the documentation there and kind of get a feel for the foundation and the work that the Cross Project Council is doing, and see how your project may align with that. And then also some things to consider are like the impact in the ecosystem of the project that you're involved in, who are using it, who is using it, what are the potential long-term adoption, and how it may differ and contrast with other projects. And then something that's really important to us at the foundation is open governance. And so the question you may ask yourself is, what does your leadership team look like? How are they elected? How are individuals outside of the leadership team given access to the project? Things along those lines that are, good open governance points. And then also how your project measures up to what we've kind of collectively agreed upon that are good standards in place for having a welcome and open project to be involved in. So, code of conduct, governance documentation, and like contribution guidelines. And I'll have a quick shout out to GitHub, who's done really great work at outlining like what good aspects of projects that are welcoming and good spaces to get involved in, which is really super important. So a couple other points to consider is, what is your maintainer community like? And I mention this because if you're looking to grow that, to like really ramp up your maintainer community, going to the foundation is not the greatest idea. You want to kind of cultivate that first and then let the foundation help you organically grow that. What's the pulse of the project? What's the health of your project? What are the goals and how do they align with the foundation? And what sort of overlap and synergy, for lack of a better word, do you have with the other projects in the foundation? So yeah, I don't have a summary slide per se, but I just wanted to encourage you to consider this in the work that you're doing or projects that you may be involved in, and also take this opportunity to encourage you to look at the work that we're doing in the foundation. Like I said, everything's online. You can find our calendar at that openjsf.org/collaborate. We do all of our meetings are live streamed. All of our meeting notes are PR'd into GitHub. A lot of the magic is in the issues and the pull requests, and it's really kind of exciting to just get involved. There's very low barrier to entry, and we encourage folks to attend the meetings and really kind of just dig in. So. Feel free to come and talk to me or anyone else at the foundation or anyone else in the projects. As Robin said earlier, and I actually was going to name my talk this, so it's kind of funny that she had the slide up there, but 1 + 1 = 3, right? The more we work together, the better that we do. And yeah, feel free to connect with me. I hope to be seeing you. That's my Twitter. My DMs are open. Reach out. Oh, one other plug. Jory and I have a talk on day 2 about the work that we've been doing in the Cross Project Council and kind of digging into the nitty-gritty there. And we will have like an open office hours after that talk, so there are more opportunities to engage with us and find out what we're working on and how you might be able to get involved. So thank you.